we have to be trained to become women, what
Yeah.
society thinks of women, through the social structures that are imposing a construct of womanhood upon us.
Uh-huh.
But in our true liberation, we are something sort of floating above that category. But the process is painful, that woman has to experience a male gaze and all of a sudden see herself through the male power structure's eyes, through
Hmm.
either being objectified or through understanding herself only through the context of male. And so this is really sort of a taking that, the binary of man and woman and introducing conflict theory into it, where there's no kind of harmony, collaboration, or cooperation to be found amongst those two, but rather it is intrinsically oppositional. And man has the power, woman does not. So we have to have a dictatorship, the proletariat, meaning we have to reverse that power structure and that's done most effectively by women rejecting all things that society are telling her are what a woman is or what a good woman is. And so whether that be marriage, motherhood, um, femininity, and dress, all of those things are really obstacles to her liberation. So the interesting thing to me about this whole process is, and I don't really talk about this too much in Awake Not Woke, but I'm writing about it now, um, as you can see through the evolution of gender theory, this conflict theory at play. So, from that Simone de Beauvoir's perspective, gender, was society's expectation. It was a social construct imposed upon women, and biological sex was, she would say, what was real. It's those impositions that are fraught. And
Yeah.
then by the time you get to Judith Butler, you almost see the inverse or the reversal happen, where gender starts to become, and we see this certainly now in the trans movement, so intrinsic to you that it's your soul, that your soul
Hmm.
is your gender, and your
Right.
body is the thing that is kind of a construct that can be manipulated and changed.
Huh.
So it's
Yeah.
almost like they take the opposite position of one another. And the thing it's really not inconsistent. It really falls along the lines of the dialectic and conflict theory, because Marx would say, as would Hegel, society shapes us. Society imposes itself upon man. Society makes man. But man, once he realizes that, he can in turn make society. And so what starts as a social construct and imposition, gender, all of a sudden become, once you understand that dynamic, you internalize it, you take power over it, and then you use it to then change everything outside of yourself. Your will then starts to assert itself upon the world, and you become an agent that is hastening the next level of progress, ultimately ending and in that absolute spirit and great excellent point of history that we're all waiting for, and keeps ending up with a lot of corpses piled up. but
Yeah.
um but
Yeah.
so that was just an interesting dynamic that I had not really pinned down before.